is a catch.
Oh, you beauty, you know, one for man.
Hello and welcome to the second episode of the 10th Wicket podcast. And in today's episode we're going to talk about the Sri Lanka versus England test matches and a few more up and coming events in this great sport of cricket.
To debut, Dan Lawrence, how well he got on his first game ever for England. Cruelly opening and the spinners taking most of the wickets.
Very good stuff in England in the first innings, not so much from Sri Lanka winning the toss on a beautiful Sri Lankan wicket, batting first and making 135.
Galley,
yeah. So top order not getting that many runs. Matthews and Chandimal 4 and 5 got 30 odd, which is you'd expect a bit more, wouldn't you, from them?
Yeah, but you can't always get what you want. It's not a particularly bad score from them. It's just not great.
Yeah, just they could have gone on and got a bigger score after that.
I mean, so could the openers.
Yeah, and then down the order, no runs anywhere above 30, which is just you expect at least somebody on
to
those
step
wickets.
Up,
yeah,
really. When a few players in your team don't play so well, you kind of expect someone to step up. But with that Sri Lankan side on the first test, none of them really did.
Yeah, so
the first innings anyway.
Talking about stepping up, Joe Root, 200 and how many was it in the end?
28, I think. 228.
228 of 321 balls with 18 fours and 1 6. What do you think of that?
I mean, he played brilliantly, didn't he? It's great to see him getting some runs, finally, converting, and getting some pre-England v India proper stuff.
Good practice.
Proper runs before that. Good practice before that. Yeah. It's good to see him finally stepping up, really.
Yeah. Johnny Best got 47. The top order's not doing that well. Both getting out for under 10.
Yeah. What was it? Sibley 9, Crawley 4, or the other way around?
Yeah, Crawley got 9, Sibley got 4.
Yeah.
Which wasn't that good, but again, just wasn't that bad. And then going down the order,
quite inexperienced though, aren't they? They haven't really. I think that's probably the second time they batted together.
Yeah.
You wouldn't expect too much from them, but you would expect a little more than that, really.
Yeah. So, and then just Dan Lawrence on his debut, 73 off 150.
Good start.
He needed somebody
to put an England shirt on.
Yeah, it's pretty good. You needed somebody, because in the end, no one else there except from Butler and Bairstow really supported Root. If Dan Lawrence got like a couple, then all of a sudden it's Joe Root on 120 having to try and slog, which isn't his best attribute, isn't it?
Nah, not really. I mean, luckily they didn't have a great score to start with, and if there wasn't really a partnership, we wouldn't have been in that much trouble. But luckily enough, there was. Then
Butler got a good 30, but didn't really carry on, and then Sam Curran and Don Best, a little bit of a wobble there, both ducks pretty quickly. They got out.
Yeah.
And then
Don
Jack
Best,
Leach.
Disappointing. Same with Curran. Jack Leach
played a phenomenal innings of 4 off 20. I like that innings. I still think he has the best defensive cricket. Okay, and then Mark Wood getting the 2, and then Stuart Ward getting just 11. Wicket.
Interesting, Mark Wood.
Very interesting choice. He did say
selection.
He did say that he doesn't like playing with proper batsmen. He likes to be able to have that, being allowed to go and do what he wants, really.
Freedom, really.
Yeah, and sometimes it comes off, sometimes it doesn't. It's just how it works. And then bowling, there was Pereira got 4, but 109 runs came off. And then
that's a lot.
Embaldinia, he got most of the top order batsmen out. He got
the first 3, didn't he? And then
and then I think he struggled a bit, and then went for 176 runs.
Jeez.
I know.
How many was our first inning score in total? 4-3-5 was it, or 4?
It was 4-2-1, and so we had a
4-2-1.
massive lead on them. We're leading by
Yeah, huge lead.
like
But they kind of pulled it back
290.
in the second innings a bit.
Yeah.
Still not competing with us really, but
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? In second innings, it starts spinning more. If you don't get a big first
I
innings
mean
score,
they
you're
did better,
in
didn't
trouble.
they? They did better.
They did. I got 359.
This time the openers actually hit a few runs though.
Yeah, the openers did really well.
62 and I think
111.
111.
111, which was nice to see them get some runs, not from England fan, but for Sri Lanka. Then another little
It's good.
3 and 4 had another bit of a wobble, 15 and 0.
15 and 0. That's not really doing much better than they did in the first innings, really, is it?
And then Matthews came up and he scored a good 71 off 219. So they've
Good
been
player,
occupying
Matthews.
the crease for a long time as well,
Yeah.
which is kind of what they needed. And then what came from there? A nice 20 and then a 30.
Yeah,
And
few
then-
like middle-ish scores, 20, 29, and then the tail enders did quite a good job, to be fair.
Yeah,
What,
that's
12
what
and 24.
you want your lower order to get in those cheeky
Good for
10
tail
and
leaders, that's for sure.
10 and 15. Nervous up the opening batsman. There's nothing more annoying than as an opening batsman, as I would know so much about, of waiting as the tail enders are getting runs. It's not that nice, isn't it?
Well, I'm sure they'll just be glad that their team managed to put some runs on at the end. It's
Then England
be
just
worrying
requiring.
that. Yeah, they didn't really have much to do, did they? I mean, our second innings didn't. Our first innings kind of set up the game for us. Really, didn't really have much to do in the second innings. 76 for 3 it was.
Yeah.
Again, the openers not doing a great job.
Yeah, I would have thought
8
the
and 2.
openers. Usually with these run chasers, what I found with the small run chasers in the fourth innings, the openers usually get the most done because there's less pressure on them.
Well,
wanted-
not this time.
No, I want.
Bairstow and Lawrence really brought it home for us, 35 and 21. Unluckily, Root out for 1. Bit
Yeah,
of a contrast from his first innings, but
but actually, if Johnny Bairstow and Dan Lawrence got out, then you'd be thinking, well, this is actually quite an awkward run chase. We need 50, we've got 5 wickets left, and a lot of tail enders.
yeah, if they got out early on, I agree. Then it would have been a panic stations maybe.
Just one of those little awkward run chasers. Right, then the second test came along.
Yep. Same
First
place was it?
Was it? I don't know.
I think so. Let me check.
Yeah, maybe. This was. Well, it doesn't say. Well, anyway, Sri Lanka won the toss, batted again. This time a bit better, wasn't it?
Much better.
And so Terramain got 43, which is nice for an opening batsman just to stay there. Could have got more, but there you go. And then Pereira got 6, and then a naught at number 3. Then Matthews 110.
110, good knock from Matthews, and then the middle order did quite well this time.
They did.
110,
Chandimal
52 and 92.
Dick Weller basically coming in, scoring a century almost, just getting a bit lucky at the end.
Bit more competition there for England.
Yeah, and then Mendy's
Jimmy
got.
Anderson bowled superbly.
Yeah, he did. He bowled really well. So Mendy's got a naught. Pereira got. Pereira, what, number 8? I think he was, and he got 67 of 170 balls.
That's good stuff.
It's not exactly the runs you score as like the lower order. It's the balls you face to help the top order face
Just
more
to set up
balls.
the game, as we said previously.
Right, then the lower order, the last 3 getting 0, 7, 0, which don't really expect that much more from them. You would like it, but
They played well anyway. They didn't really need lower orders to step up.
yeah.
Just putting a bit of pressure on England. Anderson with 6, Wood with 3, and Curran with 1, I think? I might be wrong.
Yeah, Curran got 1. But it was Jimmy Anderson, the way he came back after, when everyone's thinking, oh, was he a bit too old? Bowling 29 overs.
It's
and
a lot.
Getting 6 wickets.
Especially for, what, a 38-year-old is it? Or 39-year-old? However old he is.
But I think he understands that he wants to keep going. I think he can keep going if he keeps coming this way.
England started off again. The openers struggling, both out by Amboldini, 5 and 0. Not great, really.
Yeah, it's not good. You want a bit more from them, but maybe that's just what they needed to practice that.
Yeah, Bear still at 3, also got out by Amboldini with 28 or 73.
Yeah, which was very good from him, but you'd expect a bit more, wouldn't you? Again, you got in and then kind of just got out.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing that he can get some runs at 3, just not permanent runs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
He constantly gets 30 odd, really.
Yeah. Just annoying, isn't it? But
then Root came in. Yeah, another 100 for him in, nearly a double 100.
Yeah, 186 of 309, 18 fours. So many fours. And then
loves
Dan
a
Lance
sweep shot,
came
doesn't
in. He? Yeah, he loves a sweep shot, doesn't he, right? And
especially on that spinning wicket.
Yeah. Okay, and then Lawrence, after having a pretty good debut.
Yeah, bit disappointing that, but
yeah,
it's not one cricket player that hasn't made a mistake.
Then from there, Butler got 50, and that was about it. Best made a very useful. He faced 95 balls.
Was it? Yeah, batted well.
He did.
Well. Better than his duck in the last series, definitely.
Yeah. And then Mark Whitman won 1 and 5, nothing more you'd really expect. Amboldini 7 wickets of 42 overs.
Good bowler he is, good bowler.
Yeah.
They get quite a few runs off him, but still gets the wickets and does his job.
Done. And then now after it's like it was about day 3, wasn't it? And then they started batting Sri Lanka in the second innings. Was it day 4 they started batting? So you're thinking, well, you've got a day here to bat. You're thinking, okay, top order, you just dig in, try and get some runs, and then middle order can extend it. Probably after lunch, in the middle of lunch. But no, they had a massive collapse. They got number 3, 4, 5 and 6 and 8 got
just no real runs.
Got under 10.
Amboldini had the biggest score, and he just taken what, 7 wickets?
Yeah, but he batted pretty well, didn't he? With 40 or 42, he kind of set himself in the right manner.
He can't be expected to do everything, but really he was.
Yeah, but I think he just went at the right pace from when he came in. I think he did pretty well.
Yeah, but right way. Then a golden duck to finish them off.
Yeah, so Bess and Leach getting all the wickets again. With four apiece, and then
spinners getting some wickets.
We'll not forget about the other spinners as well. Joe Root getting 2.
Yeah, Joe Root 2 at the end, just 1.5
It's really
important
overs.
just to finish off the lower order batsmen quickly. Really, you don't want to waste your energy on players that aren't going to get a lot of runs. You just want to be out there batting.
Yeah, it's nice to have somebody. It's really nice to have like a bowler who would just pop in at the end, get those last 5 wickets nice and quickly. Bit of help. It's just nice to have that. Then England not needing that much to do. Zach Crowley getting out for not that much again. But Sibley just decided, he said himself that he'd just get himself in, play how he wants to play. He had a whole day and a half to get.
There's a lot of talk behind the stumps, wasn't there?
Yeah.
From the Sri Lankan wicket keeper.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was
chirpy
really.
chap.
Yeah.
It was nothing malicious at all. It was quite funny.
Yeah. And I liked it. So Dom said we got a 50.
Entertaining.
Out,
Yep.
140. Yeah, I don't think it's really the 50. It's the 144 balls. He needed that time in the middle, didn't he? After not getting too many runs.
Well, I don't think it really justifies his performances at all, but it's something he can be proud of. Something that hopefully will get him back in a little bit of form before India.
Yeah, which is much needed. And then Johnny Bear still getting 29, and then Josh
Again,
Butler.
another 30 from Bear.
Yeah.
From a middle order batsman, doesn't carry on.
Yeah, he looked a bit more positive in that. He scored a strike rate of 100, just over 100. And then Josh Butler just finished it off. Wrapping it up.
Yeah, with 46. Root, again, not a high scoring innings, but we forgive him for his hundreds.
Yeah.
He did a great job as captain in that series, really. It's just a nice little warm up before the India games.
Anyway, how did you feel about the Lawrence's debut, his magical debut?
Brilliant start. I mean, hear a lot about him growing up on a cricket ground. Just a little flat in a cricket ground.
Was it him?
Playing in the nets every day.
It was his dad a farmer, his brother's a wrestler, I think, as well, which is quite funny.
It's a brilliant story, really. It's great. It's great he managed to put on the England cap, make his debut, and hit a few runs for England.
And I
It's
think
been
that
a dream of his.
does help him against India now, because then they're thinking, oh, he's got a few runs, maybe we should see how he's doing.
Should be a handful for Bumrah and Jadeja, all these players.
Right, and then there's two India games. There's Australia versus India. What do you think about that? How's that gonna go?
Good series, really entertaining.
Yeah.
Really, really entertaining series. All going down to the final day's play it was in the last series. It's really, really good stuff there.
I probably should have had to watch that game, because I didn't watch that much of it. What was it like? Who won?
Oh, it was so entertaining, man. It was just really, Australia are doing well here, India are doing well. It was just really changing. The tempo of the game would change super quickly. But on to the upcoming England-India game.
Who do you think's getting picked for that then?
I'm not sure, lad. I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll talk about it more in detail on the next episode.
Yeah, so I'm hoping Joe Root gets picked for that. And is Rory Burns available for that? I think he might be.
I'm not sure. I think we can discuss the selection.
Yeah.
Selection next time, really, end of the game.
And we can talk about the upcoming IPL next episode.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Anyway, yeah, thank you for watching this podcast, or listening to it, not watching it really. But I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to tune in for the next episode. Make sure to follow us on Spotify or subscribe on YouTube. And thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys next podcast.
Yep. See you next podcast.
Bye.